Hey everybody, this is Brian from Canadian Online Gamers, and today we're going to be looking at Fenix Rage for the PC. I'm just going to hop right in here and get started. You'll see what's kind of happening as we go along. And I played this game just a little bit yesterday, just to kind of get the hang of it and see what the game's all about. So I have unlocked the second world, but we're just going to go into the first world and see where we go from there. There is an intro cinematic. Oh, we're getting it the second time. This stuff's great. It all reminds me of the Super Meat Boy, super clean, super high frame rate content, and the cinematics here kind of hold up in the same way. So this first level here is just kind of a demo level. You can't tell. I'm playing with a controller. It suggests right when you first start the game that it's very, very highly recommended to play with the controller. I can't tell you that the controls are really tight. When I move, he moves. When I stop moving, he stops moving. Even when you're in the air, you can stop right away. It's good because you really feel fully in control of your character. So you got your move, you got your jump, and then you got, if you hit the B button, you got this little bit of a little speed boost here. Now the end of the level in each of these games is this kind of blue thing I just went through. There's also the optional objective, which is the cookie. So ideally what you want to do to kind of max out each level is get the cookie and get through to the end. The cookie's kind of optional, but I found, at least in the first world, that it was always pretty doable to get the cookie, so I'm just going to keep going through a couple of ones. Alright. There's another key difference in terms of controls from a game like, say, Super Meat Boy. You can not just double jump, but you can quintuple jump. You can jump as many times as you want to up in the air, so that's kind of mechanically the main difference about this game. So grab that, get through the next level. Just like any other platforming games like this, the difficulty ramps up really quickly. Now these are the first kind of dangerous obstacles, so these green little blobs here. If I hit one of those, I just start right again from the beginning, but I can start again almost immediately. So, like this, grab the cookie. Pretty easy so far. And scoot across here, level done. It's funny because you can't just double, triple, quadruple jump. So there was a level I was in earlier where I thought it was the easiest thing to do to kind of go up and over, and as soon as I went up off the top of the screen, I died, and it also gave me a little bit of a funny achievement, basically saying, nice try, but that's not going to fly in this game. So you can go up. That one's really easy. It's probably just to teach you that you can jump as much as you want. This one's going to be, I'm going to try and keep explaining things as I go along, but I found when I was playing this game a little earlier, things can get real frustrating as you're starting to see in this level. Things start to ramp up really, really quickly. Cookie. You can't always replay a level after you've finished it too. It gives you the option right away. It says right there, replay if you want to, and you can just start over again. So don't be afraid if you want to get the cookie, to go without getting the cookie first, and then just beat the level, see kind of where the end is, and then if you want to go back and get the cookie a second time, you can kind of do that. I think this is the level I was on, where I decided to just kind of try going around the top, and the game said, no, you can't do that. Although it worked that time, because it didn't get off the top of the screen. Now these are some obstacles here that you can kind of just power weight your way through. If you just hit the speed boost, you just go right through them. Like so. The controls, like I said, are very, very tight, so you do get that same feeling that you get in a lot of these games where when you die, you feel like it's your fault that you died. You don't feel like the game is out of your control in any way. Oh, this one's very tough. I will say there are a couple times when you do feel like you shouldn't have been hit by something, but you were. I feel like these little green blobs have a slightly bigger hitbox than they're letting on. There we go. Back down. There we go. There's some ice blocks down here. They're a bit of a different story. We'll get to them in an upcoming level. You'll see kind of what the deal is with them. Here is the way out of here. There we go. Some of the obstacles don't seem like they're all that difficult, but it's just a matter of you really have to be perfect non-stop for about 30 seconds, and that's really hard to do in a game so precise. Right? So I'm not going to go through the whole world. I think the first world has 20 stages. When I got to the 20th or after the 20th stage, there was a bit of a boss fight. Beating the boss fight without getting the cookie actually wasn't too bad. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. Beating it without getting the cookie wasn't too bad, but beating it with the cookie ended up breaking me last night. I had to quit the game. I couldn't keep going. And that's where it came up that I found that the hitboxes seemed to be a little too big, because there was one go-through in particular that I really thought like I beat it, but for some reason it says I got hit. I didn't think I did. So after this stage, I'll probably go try out that boss fight one more time. And I'm through. Okay, great. So I'm gonna quit out. Let's play. Let's go to the final end boss. You can see here I got the cookies for every single stage the whole way through. They're not too hard to get, but this last boss, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this right now, but we'll give it a shot without the cookie first. You get a little bit of a cutscene, I don't want to ruin it, so we'll skip past that. And this, you'll pretty much just have to speed burst the entire way through. Or else, and I'm not going to get it this time, or else you'll see there's a big guy coming after you. You'll see him catch up to me here, because I'm not going to get through this. There we go. Try to do this just once at least, right? Without getting the cookie. You can see the cookie there, I just passed it. Right. This part at the end, yeah. At any point, too, you can press Y and restart the level just like that. Which you will be doing plenty of times, especially on this level here. There's kind of a snowboarding-esque, feel to these kind of games, because what you want to do really is you want to find your line, you want to find the fastest line through these levels, and you get a bit of a routine going. Press A twice there, wait a little bit to jump. Especially on these speed levels, you really need to find exactly the right line to go, or else you're just never going to make it. And I missed. This first bit I'm going to the right, when I'm going back to the left here, there is a way to, there we go, to get through it without ever slowing down. Maybe I'll make this one. Let's make this. There we go. So I made it without getting the cookie, but I have never yet made that with getting the cookie. So that's a pretty good look at Fenix Rage. I've never actually seen this stage before. This is kind of the World 2 stage, so maybe I'll get through this. I've never seen this green stuff. I'm assuming it kills you. Let's give it a shot. Yep. I do wish, there's a couple things, I'm not 100% sure the makers of this game want everything about it to be compared to Meat Boy, but hey, when you make a game that's very, very similar to Meat Boy, you're going to get those comparisons. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. If I were to compare the two, I would say I like the view it shows you at the end of every Meat Boy level, where it shows every single run through the game you did. I miss that, I find, when I'm playing this game. I find that satisfying as a kind of a nice little reward at the end of the level. Also, when you die, you don't get to see... It should hang for a couple more frames on where you die, just so you can see what killed you. Like, if I run into this thing here, I just immediately shoot back to the beginning. And sometimes, depending on what's going on, it's not 100% clear what killed you. Boy, this first obstacle is pretty tough here. This level's hard. I figure if I just hammer up on it, I'll eventually get through. Maybe not. there are gonna be people who are gonna be better at this game than I am, that's for sure. There we go. Boy, that is a really hard part. That's going to be a bit of an obstacle in this level, which may make me want to just kind of go for the finish line here instead of getting the cookie. There we go. I'm going to head out to the menu because there is extra sections here. I haven't tried any of these yet. I'm going to click on a couple of them, but there's definitely some more content going on than just kind of the main mode. Don't seem like I can click on any of these yet, so I'm not 100% sure what these are, but it does look like there's a lot going on in this game. There's clearly a lot of different unlockables you can get for getting all the cookies, and as I've shown in the first couple levels, it's not too bad. I got 19 out of 20 in the first world. I'm really curious to see what more of the unlockables are. But so far, I hate to be reductive like this, but if you're a Super Meat Boy fan, I think you're going to be a fan of this game too. It's got some different mechanics going on that differentiate it a little bit. Overall, I'm really, really enjoying it. I think the verticality of it, the fact that you can kind of float upwards, makes this game really, really, really different. I'm gonna just go through this level, just because I remember this level being really challenging and really rewarding when I got the cookie and got out of here. But yeah, being able to infinitely jump really makes the puzzles have a bit more to them, I find. Oh, man. It is hard to keep your composure in these games when you die, that's for sure. It really is just one little mistake too. You kind of get the hang of where you're supposed to go in each run, and you just gotta be perfect. That's all there is to it. The controls do allow you to be perfect, though. They're very, very tight controls. Every mistake you see here is just me screwing up. Getting something. So there's another part I was gonna show. There are ice blocks in the game, and you can speed boost like this through those ice blocks as well, but you can only do so if you're on fire. And to my right here, you see these are flaming coals. If you scratch yourself down them enough, like that, you catch fire. And only when you're on fire can you get through the ice blocks. It kind of adds just an extra little bit to the game, where sometimes you have to slide yourself down an edge to get through a certain obstacle. Now these guys down below are real pain. So I made it. So there was an ice block I shot through there. I would only have been able to do that if I was on fire. So that's Fenix Rage. If you want to go into the options, I'll just cover them really quickly. There's not a lot going on. You're not going to get your full PC port with ambient occlusion and anti-aliasing and a bunch of different settings. You're mostly just going to get your, do you want it to be full screen on, yes or no, your sound, volume. It's pretty scalable anyways, though. Like, I'm playing this at 1080 right now. It looks fantastic. I imagine if you play it on a lower resolution screen, it will also look fantastic. I haven't seen the slightest bit of tearing. Things seem to be locked at 60 frames a second, I should say, really good. So, in general, I'm really looking forward to playing some more of this game. I just can't play it for longer than about half an hour at a time, because when you hit a frustrating puzzle, it is really tough to power through. I find you need to just kind of sit down and take a break every once in a while. But yeah, that's Fenix Rage. I believe it's available right now. I'd recommend it. You should pick it up.